I may have made this point before, so bear with me if I have. I have taken down a bunch of my videos that I have bashed women in the past. And there's a lot of men that make content that bash women that shows women depicting themselves as being not very appealing for like long-term commitment, long-term investment. And women do this to themselves too. They do it on, you know, all these different platforms for likes or whatever. And they're exposing themselves. But in my opinion, women haven't changed. Female nature hasn't changed. I mean, you can say women have changed. It, as of like, generally women feel more comfortable to let things out that they wouldn't let out before. But female nature hasn't changed at all. Female nature is completely the same. Why do women feel like they have are entitled to these high standards, which they don't even meet themselves or even come close, but they expect that of a man? Why is this? You watch Kevin Samuels content and you see some of these below average women that could be like 4s or 3s think that they deserve like a guy that makes $100,000 a year or over. You know, a guy that's top 20% of men. They think that they deserve that. Now, why? Why do you think that this happens? Why do you think women get to this point where they feel entitled to this? I'll tell you. It's because of men. Men are the root cause. Why are men the root cause? Why do I blame men for the way women are nowadays? Simps. That's why. Simps. I remember being on online dating before. And listen, I'm not trying to brag about this, alright? I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to, like, toot my own horn or nothing, or like, oh, I'm so great. No. At one point, like, I did fairly well on those platforms. At one point, I had like 10 different screw buddies. I'm not trying to brag about this. I'm just saying, like, this is reality. At one point in my life, I had that. I would have, like, sometimes I would be texting, like, 6 different girls at once. And it got exhausting. For me, I had to put in work to get to that point. For women, they don't have to put in the work. It just automatically happens. So, most women are in this position of huge abundance of men just throwing themselves at them, right? So women don't have to really do anything to better themselves, to put in any work for anything, because it's just, guys are just throwing themselves at them non-stop, all the time. And I know, because I used to be one of these guys. I didn't know any better. But this happens all the time, and it gets to be like overwhelming. So overwhelming where you have such an abundance. These women have such an abundance of different guys trying to get with them. They just don't care, because they think that it's unlimited. which in a lot of the young women's cases it is. And I'm not naive to these guys, like these content creators and MGTOW guys who are delusional, who want to believe that, oh, when women get older, nobody wants them. They're just lying to themselves to make themselves feel better. Now, they might not be as attractive as when they were younger, but still, they can still take care of themselves and do themselves up. I've dated women in their 40s that are attractive, and they might not be as attractive when they were 20. They might have put in more work than they did when they were 20, but they're still attractive. It's not like they look like 80-year-old women. You know what I mean? They're still attractive. They can still make themselves look attractive, appealing. And where am I getting at with this? But females, even women in their 40s, have an abundance of different guys just hitting on them all the time. All the time. And that's why they have huge standards. That's why it's like, even if I was perfect, even if I did all these things that they wanted me to do, I could still never please them. I could still never meet them. And hypothetically, if I did meet them, if I met all the standards, it would never be enough. Then I would be like too perfect or something like that. And then they would just would feel weird about it. What people have to understand is, what you have to understand about women where they're at right now is, yes, social media is a part of it. A big part of it is, I think a lot of women don't have a strong male leader in their life, father figure. But that goes for most people nowadays. Or a lot. Even if they have a father, he's weak. I think a lot of females have had things happen to them sexually when they were younger to mess with them. I think more of it, I think it's like, even if it was like a brief thing, it wasn't like, oh, like an uncle's just like literally taking their virginity or something like that crazy, but it could be like a little thing by somebody their own age, you know what I mean? But it affected them, and kind of, their purity was kind of taken from them at a young age, and yeah, I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna sway the other way, because men are going to wake up at some point and realize, man, all obviously now it's not there yet, but at some point men are gonna wake up and realize, I'm the problem, we're the problem, and they're just gonna get annoyed, honestly, and not care. They're gonna get to my point where I made a video yesterday talking about when I see a girl on social media, TikTok or whatever, and I could tell like she's like showing her body sexually, I get annoyed. I just get immediately annoyed, and I turn it to the next video. Guys are gonna start getting like that, and hell, it could be because I'm an old man. I do have testosterone, trust me, I have testosterone, and I still love females. I love the physical beauty, but it's just like when they're just putting it out there, and I could tell they're just wanting attention, and that's the only value that they bring, I just get hyper annoyed. But like I said, the root cause of women's high standards are from the abundance of dudes that just continue to kiss their butt all the time, that bend over backwards for them, that, you know what I'm saying.